All right. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. What am I doing? Hold on. I don't know if anybody's in here yet. It says 9 people is in here. I don't see nobody. Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought something was wrong with my comments. I thought my comments was turned off. Okay. 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 Hey. Can y'all hear me? I got my microphone. Okay. I'll wait a couple seconds or a couple minutes for everybody to come in. Yeah, I haven't been live on here in I go live on YouTube every every 4 to 6 months because live streams just are so draining to me. I have to really be in the mood. Would it be wrong to manifest during this full moon? I wouldn't recommend it. I feel like you can manifest any other time. I wouldn't manifest during this full moon personally. It's just not a good one for manifesting, in my opinion. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for my full moon in Aquarius notes. So let me see. Yeah, you probably never caught me live because I don't go live often. I literally go live maybe every 4 to 6 months. But I have been getting back into YouTube. I said I was going to start doing YouTube again. And I have been. If y'all haven't noticed, I have started doing the monthly readings again. And I opened up my YouTube members only, so you can see exclusive readings on there, other exclusive zodiac readings that aren't on YouTube publicly, and in alignment with my Patreon too. So I'm just activating. Thank you. I made this shirt. I designed this shirt a minute ago. It should be on my Etsy. I may have to update it, but it should be up there. So yeah, we're going to get started. I'm going to talk to you guys. It's going to be kind of like a chill, laid back kind of live stream today while we talk, and I will give y'all some messages, tell you what's going on for this full moon in Aquarius. It is a pretty significant one, not just the full moon itself, but there's other transits that are also happening right now that are significant. So let me drink my water and then we're going to get started. You have that shirt. Yes, I need to make some more Aquarius merch. I need to make a couple more signs, more merch for certain signs. I'm so dehydrated. Thirsty. Okay. So, as the title says in this video, also before I even start, this video right now, it's live. After it's done, I don't know if it's going to automatically post or save, but it will be on my Patreon after this if you want to watch the playback. It'll be up right away. So if I don't end up posting it on YouTube after this, it'll be on Patreon. But yeah. So expect the unexpected. I'm not trying to just be dramatic when I say that. I feel like this is one of those full moons that are pretty unexpected based on the planets. So we got full moon in Aquarius, right? And Aquarius is already a sign of rebellion and change and things that can be, it's an air sign, but it's also ruled by Saturn. and Uranus. So it's like this unexpectedness, this rebellion, this unpredictability. Opposite of Mercury retrograde in Leo, tightly square Uranus in Taurus. And some of y'all may not know what that means, but just know a square in astrology is a tense type of phenomenon. So you have like squares, you got trines, you got sextiles. And a square, anytime you say something is squared, there can be some type of conflict, something that is uncomfortable, a stressful period of things happening. So we have in this square to this full moon and to the Mercury retrograde. There's, if you're not already feeling it, could be some tension going on in your life or just something that feels out of your control or unpredictable. And so it might feel very uncertain right now. For others of you, it could actually make you feel more liberated. Maybe you feel better right now because you're like, finally things are shifting. Finally things are moving for me. I'm not just feeling like stagnant or stuck anymore. So it just depends on, I guess, your relationship to it. Now, if you got fixed signs, if you got, well, Aquarius, then Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. No, I'm going to say who is affecting the most. Aquarius, then Leo, then Taurus, then Scorpio. In your big four, especially Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but especially Rising and Sun, then you could be the most affected at late degrees. So again, to repeat what I just said, if you got fixed placements in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus at late degrees, then you probably feeling this the most. Even if you don't have late degree, like 28 degree, 29, 27, like 25 to 29, you might still feel it. Again, it really just depends on you, your chart, how you feel. But fixed signs feeling it the most. I will like periodically look at your comments, but some of them I may miss if I'm talking because I can't read and talk. Yeah. The altercations, just be careful tomorrow, especially. Like, try to keep calm. Tomorrow could be a very intense day. Well, the whole week may feel kind of rambunctious, but especially tomorrow. Especially if you got something big coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow's a day I just lay low, just chill, emotions running high, very chaotic energy, especially on a global scale, too. Not just in your personal relationships, but like globally, things that we might see going on, presidential, economic transitions this week. But yeah, so sudden surprises, tensions surrounding something that's likely already been in the works. It may not be something completely left field. For a lot of you, it could be something that was building up for a minute and then it just suddenly something shifts around that. I'm attending a wedding this weekend out the country. Safe travels. Allocate extra time for disruptions. Allocate extra time for disturbances, delays. That's always the best thing you can do is just kind of prepare as if things are going to be delayed or disrupted in a Mercury retrograde. Honestly, that's all you can do. But yeah. So I feel like this is going to be just a pretty frustrating full moon, or it just feels very overwhelming. Like it just feels like either there's just so much on our plates to get done and we're like, I don't know where to start with this, or I know where I have to go, but it's just like I feel like I can't get there, or something keeps stopping me, or something pops up where it's like, now I got to do this and this and this and this. It's like you just want to move forward. And then I think we got like a Jupiter square Saturn or a Venus opposite Saturn. It's like a couple things happening at once. So lots of frustrating feelings happening here. But the main takeaway before I go into some signs and the messages for the signs is just try not to resist. No, that sounds funny. Try not to resist like change, okay? Go with the direction. I just did the Taurus reading, Taurus placements. Go watch that reading if you haven't watched it yet. But go with the direction that life is taking you, trying to pull you in, or like, don't fight with whatever is changing or gets disrupted. It's just like one of those things. Acknowledge it. You can feel the way you feel about it, but don't like fight with it. Don't like get stubborn with it. Just be like, okay, this happened, this is disruption, this is now what I have to work with, what I have to deal with, and go with that. Like the more you try to resist it, I feel like it's gonna be very annoying. And just it's about accepting that things don't always go according to plan. And why this is so hard for fixed signs, especially because fixed signs don't like change and disruption, and would rather just have something very, very, very predictable. That's just like, I know what's going on, I know what's going to happen. And unfortunately, life is just not like that. So, it's okay to get frustrated, get pissed off, take a breath, and try to just accept what's happening or where you're at if something gets thrown off. Because for some of you, it may not, this could already happen, or nothing too crazy may already happen, but if it does, we're in an unpredictable energy. And let me see what y'all said. Yeah, if you're feeling like, tension, or your body's just like feeling very exhausted or tired, definitely just chill. You have a soothing voice. Thank you. I'm pretty tired. I didn't go to bed till late last night. Yeah, that could be why you want to, like, it's a very like Pluto and Aquarius right now. Pluto and Aquarius. This is a time where we're very like group centered. Like we want to feel like we're a part of a community. We want to feel like we're a part of a collective. We want to feel like we're a part of something bigger than ourselves. And that's really emphasized over the next 20 years, where we want to find our tribe. Like we don't, like you'll get further ahead in a group, or it's like about who you know, who you're connected to, versus like you just being solo on your own type of thing. Yeah, that's why I did that video about like the fall of celebrity culture, because it's going to be less about like, okay, me, and more like we, and you're emphasized in the group, not just you. Love your readings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, if there is any change, any crisis, anything uncomfortable, unsettling with these very harsh transits that we have with this full moon, it was a catalyst for a much needed change. Because a lot of the times fixed signs, again, I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart too. But Scorpio, I feel like out of all the fixed signs, if one was a little bit more yielding to change, it would be Scorpio, because it is a sign of transformation. So a little bit more, not a lot, just a little bit. It's really about asking yourself, what are you resisting and why? Why are you resisting change? Like, what is so really devastating or scary about it? And, what would happen if you had just accepted it, that things are changing? I came right from the Taurus reading. Everything you said there is frustratingly spot on. Yeah, I can imagine for Taurus. I can. And just seeing Taurus, I have Taurus energy around me, I get it. So we're going to go through, now that we got 95 peoples in here, we're going to go through all the zodiac signs. I'm going to pull my surrender deck, because full moons are about releasing and surrender. Like I said, this video is not going to automatically be back up on YouTube. It will be on Patreon. Well, it's already technically on Patreon. So if you want to rewatch it, you don't see it, you're looking for your sign, you missed your sign. If you're on my Patreon, then you will see it. Okay? If not, then you're going to have to just wait. You're going to have to wait a little bit. Okay? So, yeah, we're going to do Aquarius through Sagittarius, which, in that order. Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, in that order. And this is for your sun sign and your rising sign. Okay. All right. So sun and rising. I'll also say like where it's transiting in the houses, but what you need to surrender. I'll do probably 1 or 2 cards for each sign and what you need to release under this full moon. Okay. So y'all pay attention. If you miss it, or if somebody's asking what sign am I on, or if somebody's asking what I said, I can't stop. I can't go back. I can't rewind. So we just gonna keep it pushing. All right. Keep up in the comments. Help each other out. All right. So starting with Aquarius, this is Aquarius through Sagittarius, sun and rising sign. You can watch for your sun, watch for your rising. What you need to let go of, what you need to release under the full moon. Starting with Aquarii. All right, so Aquarius, this is happening in your first house of self, especially if you're Aquarius rising. So Aquarius, first house of self, first house of identity, physical body. So there can be something here that shifts. Isn't the full moon tomorrow? Yes, the full moon is tomorrow, but I'm doing this today so you can be ready for tomorrow. But the energy's already started. The energy's here. Like the energy's been here, to be honest. We've already been building up to this. But yeah, I'm not going to read y'all's comments too much because I get distracted. But yeah, so Aquarius, your physical body, there can be some changes with you and your mindset, your physical body, what you're experiencing, how you want to like identify or resisting a change in regards to your identity that you need to really accept, or maybe a shift that you weren't ready for with who you are as a person. And it's kind of like an ego death. You're like, I don't really know who I am, or I know who I want to be, but who I want to be means it comes at a cost, or it comes at a risk. You know what I mean? So that's something that you may be kind of frustrated by, where it's like, who you want to be or how you want to be, Aquarius, but something, maybe your past, maybe your traumas makes it not so easy for you to like fully accept that, or your family, or, social, societal standards, something like that. All right. So what does Aquarius need to surrender under the full? Oh, okay. Under the full moon, we got surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. And then you got surrender your desire to control people. Aquarius, are you listening? Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So right now, it's really about letting go of either relationships that are controlling you, or relationships that you are trying to control other people. And this is not to say that you're like a manipulative or just like a controlling person altogether, but like we all have ways in which we can control people. And it might not always be very conscious. It's kind of like you want people to like understand you, or you want people to like you. And so you try to do certain things to control the way they perceive you, or the way that they'll accept you. And so those are unhealthy connections, because you're not being fully yourself. You're not being fully authentic. And if you have to control people, ask yourself why. Why are you doing that? Why do you have to, or why you feel the need to convince people to like you, or to choose you, or to, accept you, understand you? And like, also, it's really about you accepting yourself first, more than anything. Because like once you accept yourself, you're going to care less about other people's approval. So if you're somebody that does feel rejected very easily as an Aquarius, or it is really hard for you to like be 100% authentic, or you really care a lot about how people view you, then there is some self-esteem, self-worth reflection there. But getting rid of people that just can't, won't do it. Let them go. You can't control them, and you shouldn't try to. All right, so that was Aquarius. Sorry if you see this kind of shaking a little bit. Yeah, sorry if you see it shaking. I couldn't. That's just what we got to do. All right, so we only did Aquarius so far. Now we're going to Pisces. Spicy Pisces. Pisces, sun and rising, but especially rising. All right, watch for your rising sign first and then watch for your sun. What you need to surrender under this full moon. So this full moon is transiting for Pisces the 12th house. So things dealing with the subconscious mind, things dealing with, oh, I see 111 in here. Things dealing with the subconscious mind, things dealing with things that are hidden or were hidden from you. So there could definitely be something that comes up where you suddenly realize something that either you forgot about, or some news is revealed to you that was just unexpected, that came out of nowhere, or something from a person that you didn't expect to hear from, something from your past, something that comes up in your dreams, something very like spiritual or subconscious could be really what this full moon is bringing to the surface, or some type of mental blockage that you had, something that you weren't fully aware of, you weren't fully seeing, you weren't fully accepting, or something that you just buried beneath you, like in the back of your mind. So that's something that may be like a sudden realization about certain habits you do, certain habits you have mentally, especially, or something with like your mental health that you're like, okay, I really need to address this. For some of you, it might be like an addiction or some type of coping mechanism that you have, and you're realizing that you need to work through that. Okay. So what does Pisces need to surrender under this full moon? What should Pisces surrender? Okay. Pisces. Did I already do Pisces? I don't remember. Did I do Pisces already on YouTube? It's not. Oh, I did. I did Pisces. I did Pisces. I did. That was a really good reading too. Okay. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So Pisces, divine timing. And then surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Pisces it was exclusive this month. It was actually on Patreon and members only YouTube. But yeah, so Pisces, if you're journaling, you're like, what do I need to let go of? You need to surrender to the timing of your life, the way things are unfolding, the when things are unfolding, and allow timing to do what it does. Like, work with timing, not against timing. Whether that's like you're given more time to work on yourself, work through things, figure things out, build your skills, become a better person, become the person you need to be in order to get to where you want to be. And then the stubbornness, this resistance to the timing, right? So that could be trying to force things to happen faster, trying to force things to not happen, whatever it is. There's just some resistance here to the timeline in your life. And it's like more so about what are you going to do while you wait. You know, it's about how you're waiting or how you're going about the time that you have and using it wisely. Okay. So moving on to Aries, sun and rising. If you got Aries, sun and rising, especially rising, the full moon Aquarius is hitting your 11th house. So 11th house is friendships, groups of people. And for Aries, for you guys, I was definitely just talking about, and I think the Aries one was also exclusive. I was talking about how a lot of you are in this position where you got a lot of dead weight around you. You got dead weight friendships, people that are hanging on to you or you're holding on to them, and you're not. You need to let it go. You need to let it go because they either can't keep up with you, They don't support you. They're holding you down. Something. And this doesn't have to just be friends. This could be family too. Family, relationship, whoever. But there is going to be like, could be a sudden change in your friend group, a disruption in your friend group, some tension, some conflict when it comes down to a group that you associate with or on social media. So, just be aware that that could come up, but something about a change in the way that you or who you want to be associated with, Aries, is, shifting here. It is a party. It is a party, but it goes back and forth between a party and this is what we need to hear or what we need to do. But we're on Aries. We already did Aquarius. We already did Pisces, so we're on Aries. But shout out to y'all for being in here. Thank you guys for tuning in, all 117 peoples. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm grateful. All right, Aries. What does Aries need to surrender under the full moon? What should Aries surrender? Oop. Okay. We got surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And then we got surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So the 11th house is also about like wishes and dream fulfillments, not just about, groups and friendships. That's one that kind of can get overlooked in the 11th house, but it is about miracles and cool things happening too. So I think like you could expect miracles or unexpected blessings or blessing in disguise that come from losing people. And then, by losing people, you gain other connections that you didn't expect. And also, this is a good time to use your creative energy, especially your mental creative energy to, I don't know if you want to think of like starting a new hobby or how you want to express yourself differently. It's a good time to do that, Aries. All right. All right. So, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries are done. Now we're moving on to Taurus, suns and risings, but especially risings. This full moon is hitting your 10th house of long-term career, public reputation, achievements, accomplishments. Thank you, JS, for keeping us in the loop of what signs we're on. But yeah, career for Taurus. Now, this is something that can be a little bit of tension though in your career life. Either there's some resistance to a career shift, or you're going to have to really push yourself a little bit out your comfort zone to figure out what you need to do to get to the next level in your career, or there's just frustration surrounding like your long-term career. If a wire risings in particular, because it's based on your houses where the planets fall. So for Taurus rising, they have a 10th house that would be in Aquarius. So we focus on the rising. Rising is most accurate, usually for predictions. So yeah. But yeah, definitely could be some tensions there. Even if it's not a tense moment, it could be like a tense moment that leads you to a breakthrough in your career, or maybe breaking away from a certain career path, going into a new one. So keep that in mind. But something with your reputation long term, there can be a little bit of tension there at work, or shifting in a career path. The full moon energies need to leave me alone. Yeah, I feel like the last 2 weeks for me, I don't want to speak too soon, but the last 2 weeks for me were more tense. Hopefully things get a little bit better. I don't know anymore. I don't know. But okay. Taurus, what does Taurus need to surrender? Oh. It's just crazy because like a lot of what's coming out, like the surrender cards, they don't really have anything to do with like where the astrology is, which I mean, that's cool because it gives a different message too. So we got surrender your fear of intimacy, Taurus. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. You found out some secrets. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, so fears of intimacy, fears of getting close to people, Taurus. And this doesn't just mean romantically. This can be friendships. This can be co-workers. This could be anything. And look at why you are afraid. I mean, most of the times why we don't let people in is because we're afraid of getting hurt. Like I would say almost 100% of the time. Like what other reason? Like either hurt or some type of rejection. But yeah, there's some intimacy fears that you need to let go of and surrender if you want to advance. And I think that's really true for Taurus because with Aquarius squaring Taurus placements, like Aquarius is a sign about like connecting with a lot of people, connecting with groups of people, where Taurus and Scorpio are very, very, very much like reserved in a lot of ways, have fears of opening up and allowing people in the space, sharing the space. And yeah, it can be challenging. It's something that you might have to really push yourself out of your comfort zone. You might have to really try to like overcome like some social anxiety even. So, and then you got surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So, try not to work so hard. A lot of you, if you're struggling in your career life or just like, I don't know what to do, it could be you're just pushing too hard to figure it out. And you need to just not focus on it so harshly and go focus on something that's fun. Go focus on something that could take your mind off of it. And through that, you may actually find what you need to do. All right. I appreciate y'all dropping the pronouns in the chat because I don't feel like repeating it over and over and over. I don't correct people that much anymore because, I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't, then that's just what it is. So we'll be on. All right, we did Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. Now we on Gemini. Gemini, Sun and Rising. All right, so Gemini, the Aquarius full moon is transiting your ninth house. Your ninth, it's okay. It's transiting your ninth house. So the ninth house is long distance travel, can be schooling, education, beliefs, truths. Yeah, you literally just missed. I literally just finished Taurus. I'm sorry. That's the thing about live streams, y'all. I love going live when I do, but also like you can't rewind it until afterwards. But yeah. So Gemini, there can be some tension when it comes down to some of you if you're in school or if you're thinking about like traveling or like a long distance trip or like a long like maybe some type of shift where you're thinking about moving, or maybe there's just some conflict with being able to move or travel right now. That actually goes in alignment with your reading that I just did for you on YouTube, because I was talking about you feeling like this frustration and you feeling like I just want to leave, I want to move, I want to go somewhere else, but it's maybe either not the right time or there's something that you still need to learn where you're at. And there can also be something that is like giving you some conflicting I can't speak. What is it? Conflicting views in your religion or your spirituality. So it could be like you're thinking of changing your beliefs or something is conflicting with your beliefs. Could be like maybe you're not really feeling as faithful right now, or you're having a hard time believing in something, don't know what to believe, just some tension there, or somebody like challenging your beliefs even. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, it does. It correlates. It does. All right, okay, hold on. What does Gemini need to surrender for the full moon in Aquarius? What does Gemini need to surrender? It fell. Hold on. All right. Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Y'all needs to get your sleeps, get more rest, quiet your mind. Gemini, I know y'all have like a restless mind. Trust me, I know. But some of you have been not sleeping well, not resting enough throughout the day, not taking enough breaks. You got surrender your addictions. Whether you are addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Education and travel. But yeah, some of you can have an addiction. Like I said, to anything can literally be addiction, but I classify an addiction as a distraction. So whatever is distracting you or you're using as a coping mechanism or to distract yourself from facing your feelings, facing reality, then you need to really surrender that as much as you can. And also some addictions could be interfering with your rest and your sleep cycle. So keep that in mind. I need some moderators in here. I'm about to make some of you guys moderators. Those of you who are like adding, you're like keeping up. I'm gonna put y'all. Okay. I added two of you guys, the ones that have been posting what signs we're on. Appreciate that. Quit smoking. Yep. I was thinking about smoking. I was thinking about somebody smoking or even drinking. Okay. All right. So we still have Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius left. Okay. We're on Cancer. So Cancer, Sun and rising, but especially rising, this Aquarius full moon is transiting your 8th house of intimacy, change, death, merged resources, investments, and things like that. Addicted to people. I have seen Geminis have a people addiction. I have seen that. I have seen this. So yeah, Cancer. This one might be a bit intense for you. It being in your 8th house. There could definitely be a sudden ending. I haven't done the Cancer reading yet. I got to see what's going on with y'all. And don't forget Capricorn. Where is Capricorn on this list? Oh my gosh, the Capricorn really wasn't on this list. That's 2nd house. Thanks for reminding me, actually, because I guess I forgot to put it here in my notes. Not intentionally. I like Capricorns. But yeah, so yeah, Cancer. This one could be like there's like a sudden change, a sudden ending. I don't keep forgetting Capricorn. I didn't forget Capricorn. Nowhere. I never forget Capricorn. I never forget no sign. And Capricorn is not last. I'm going in order. I'm not just picking random signs. Usually Pisces is last, actually. So I put Pisces second for that reason. So y'all don't start with me. I'm going to get to you. It's Mercury retrograde. I just forgot. I forgot to put Capricorn there. I wouldn't do that on purpose. Because that don't make no sense. Why would I do all the other signs and just skip one sign? But anyway, I'm sorry, Cancer. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Love you guys. But yeah, so there could be some things either that change, especially if you're in business with somebody or you have like shared resources with somebody, like some type of financial dealings. It's like something could suddenly happen with that, or you may suddenly end a working relationship with someone, or there can be some mixing up with some money, financial disputes, something with banking. You want to just really double check, you and Capricorn, really double checking your bank statements, if you have any dealings, your contracts with people. Just there could be something that comes up where somebody is not doing their part. in an investment, or if you're married, even something with that can come up. Or like I said earlier, a sudden ending or a change. Again, eighth house does represent things of endings in our lives. So there can be something very suddenly that came up or could come up this week. I don't specifically read for sidereal, but people have said it resonates. You can watch it. If it resonates, then it does. But I read for tropical usually. But I always say take what resonates. If you got it in your chart and it sounds like it's what you need to hear, then take it. Cancer, what do you need to surrender under this full moon? Eighth house is also about control. You got surrender your desire to control people too, like Aquarius did. You got surrender your desire to control people. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. And then you got take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. So, yeah, with this happening in your eighth house can be one of like being possessive. And, there can be some possessiveness or some even toxic relationships that are coming to the surface, or you have toxic patterns and relationships that are being like really put to the test right now, where you need to let that go and look at either your control issues surrounding your partnerships, this not just romantic, your friendships, where you need to like ease up a little bit on it if you want it to flourish. All right. For Cancer placements, and take a break. Take a step back, take a break. Yeah, I'll probably take a couple questions after this is done. So, Leo, let's go to Leo. Leo, suns and risings, but especially rising signs. This Aquarius full moon is transiting your seventh house. Seventh house. Yep, we're on Leo. Then we got Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Sagittarius. So, Leo, you may have some unexpected things that happen in your relationships. Definitely expect the unexpected when it comes down to partnerships, especially romantic ones that you're dealing with, your close one-to-one relationships you got with people. You might find that something suddenly shifts there. Again, this is not projecting the worst. I'm just saying, because we have this square to Uranus, and squares represent tension, there can be an unexpected conflict, unexpected conversation that comes up in regards to your relationship, a sudden breakup even, or a sudden shift, and we're like, whoa, what happened here? Or like a sudden problem that you have to deal with in a partnership or in a relationship that you have, friend, family, love, whatever. But it can be very sudden, or it just feels like very frustrating to deal with and push through in your relationships. Okay. So if you do find something comes up, you feel very frustrated dealing with some conflict or something, it's like, we got to do this, we got to figure this out. Or, you could suddenly have a disruption or a breakup that comes from the frustration of the conflict. Very likely that it'd be temporary, being we're in Mercury retrograde. It could be like a very small misunderstanding that turns into a big mess. All right. Leo, what does Leo need to surrender under the full moon? Ew. Okay, so first one you got is surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar into your life. And then you got surrender the idea you can fix someone. Leo, it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So this could also be a sudden realization about somebody that you're connecting with, Leo, where you're like, this person has problems that I cannot fix. Like it could be a very harsh conversation or something that is said, where this realization is like, It's kind of like through you fixing them, it kind of like makes you feel good about yourself. And so if you can't fix somebody or you can't help somebody, it's like it's feeding this outdated belief that you got about yourself. Um, Either that you are, your self-worth is dependent upon like your ability to help somebody or them to love you back, you know, whatever it is, you're just going to see that some relationships, some people just, because you are always the one that is there to save them, you're always the one that's there to fix them, they will never fix themselves because they know Leo's going to take care of me. Leo's going to let it slide. Leo's not tripping too much. Leo's like, you know, some people take advantage of Leos. Well, I see it a lot. I see Leos get taken advantage of a lot. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So, yeah. You thinking that you can do this and you can do that and you can help them and you can do this. You sound like a Virgo. You sound very Virgo-ish right now, Leo. Some of you probably got Virgo in your chart too. But yeah, we need to like work on that. Okay. We need to work on our fixing savior complexes. Yeah, Leos do a lot for people at the expense of themselves most of the time. They go way above and beyond, and it's at the expense of themselves or for people who don't appreciate it or don't reciprocate. I don't know. It's like they're hoping for them to one day finally wake up and see everything that they do and then be like, oh my gosh, wow, I finally see, Leo. Thank you so much. And that validation that comes from that, I don't feel like it's never going to happen, or at least not the way that you want or deserve. So it's best to just leave those people alone and stop like trying to, yeah. So that's that, Leo. Moving on. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo, sun, and especially rising. We got, it's in your sixth house. Sixth house is natural house correlated to Virgo. This house is health, work, daily routines, and your job. So there can be something that is frustrating or comes up when it comes down to your health right now, where you really have to focus on taking care of that. Or it's kind of like one of those things I can see for Virgos saying like, I can't get sick right now. I got so much to do. You probably got sick because you're doing too much, you know, not the other way around. It's like sometimes our bodies just can't handle. And Virgo is one that is very sensitive to being sick. Virgo and sixth house placements. Very, very, very sensitive to being sick. Mentally, stress causes body sickness, tummy issues, all that good stuff. I'm a Virgo, so I know firsthand how stress really kills the body. And it's not good. Pisces probably can relate to some of that too. But yeah, there can be a sudden disruption in that, and that throws off your routine. Something that happens where you can't work or you can't do your normal routine for some reason, and there's like a disruption. And for a lot of you, it is like a health thing you have to do, or maybe somebody else is sick and you got to take care of that person and you got to stop what you're doing. Yeah. And sixth house placements, a lot of the time, or even if you got 12th house placements, a lot of time your sickness is because of something going on mentally. It's a mind-body connection. So, work with your routines. If something gets thrown off in your schedule, yes, I know it's very frustrating having Virgo placements. But, sometimes we just got to be flexible and we just got to be like, well, I can't do it right now or something changed. So just got to go with it. I have heard of that happening to Cancer. I don't have any Cancer placements, but, I do have a lot of Virgo. So, yeah. What does Virgo need to surrender? Ooh. Ooh. Virgo, not too much on us. All right, you also got surrender unhealthy relationships, just like Aquarius. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. So, Virgo, I think this one more so is different from Aquarius because with Aquarius, I feel like it was more it could be like a more people pleasing thing. This one, it kind of is like people pleasing, but yeah, more for Aquarius, I feel like it was more so for a certain like validation. For Virgo, I feel like it's like you taking responsibility for people, kind of like what I was just telling Leo, like you being codependent, like you being too much of like a caretaker for people, and like you give and give and give and give. You don't know how to receive. I'm about to drag you through the mud right now. I'm about to drag us. I'm about to drag us. Virgos, listen. We don't know how to receive. We don't know how to receive a lot of the times. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So, yeah. And the unhealthy relationships look like you are allowing people to just be dependent on you, and to take from you and take, but you're not getting anything back that you need. And that can be a intimacy issue, a vulnerability issue, where you need to be in more reciprocated relationships. A lot of you are in these one-sided connections where you're just like, you feel like you giving and you showing up and you trying to help and be of service is like, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're self-worth. And I'm talking from my experience too. I'm not just speaking from somewhere. I'm talking about how I feel too. But that's not healthy, and it eventually causes you to start being resentful and feeling sick even because you're just overextending. When you overextend, you're not getting anything back. You're drained, you're depleted. So there are unhealthy relationships that either they can't support you, they don't know how, or you're not in the connections that you need to be in where they want to, or they don't have the capability. So if you're in relationships where they can't give back to you, you need to find some people that are willing to, and get over that discomfort of always being the one who's always the giver. And it's one of those things that's weird because it's like you want to receive, but then when you're placed in a position to receive, you're like, no, it's okay, I got it. You're like, no, I'm good, I don't need help. Like you complaining that nobody ever helps, or nobody ever cares or supports, but at the same time you act like you don't need it. Just saying. It does feel weird. It feels like, it also can be scary. You don't want people to like use that against you or take advantage of you. But again, if those people do prove to be people that take advantage of you, then you just know who to cut off. So it's kind of like perception, I guess. It's easier said than done, but if you think about it logically, then you're still winning in the end, because then you know who people are. Then you don't got to waste your time with them anymore. So yeah, Virgo, that was interesting. Okay, let's keep it moving. We got a couple more. Libras, where are we at? Almost at an hour. Libra, sun and rising. Libra, this Aquarius full moon is happening in your 5th house of romance, creativity, hobbies, fun, play, self-worth. Yeah, not too much on Virgo. I know some people do try to use it against us, but I will say that is not everybody. I've had to sort through people who actually appreciate it, and there are some that will. You just have to give people a chance to sometimes. Sometimes we don't give people even a chance to allow. But yeah, so Libra, this can kind of similar to what I was telling Leos, have some type of sudden shakeup in your romantic life even, or there's some type of frustration or conflict when it comes to how you want to express yourself or how you want to express your hobbies. Even like for some of you either you are trying to monetize a hobby or create like some type of career out of a hobby, and maybe there's some frustration there. You're like, I don't know how to get this hobby or this thing off the ground. Or maybe you're feeling a bit more frustrated when it comes down to romance and your ability to just enjoy things. Like maybe things just feel kind of just heavy right now and you're just struggling. Well, yeah, your Libra reading was all about heaviness. So I know you're feeling that heaviness. And we got the Venus, I think it's Venus square Saturn we have tomorrow too. And Venus rules Libra. So there is like anything that is associated with Saturn is very heavy and isolating. So some of you might just feel kind of like disconnected from your hobbies, disconnected from like that joy that you usually feel, or that fun feeling that you like to have when you're doing things. Like some of you are just like not able to tap in to it fully. You're just like, either you feel like you're forcing yourself to try to have fun, you're forcing yourself to be happy, you're forcing yourself to like enjoy dating, or like you just feel like it's just not flowing. Like it's not, I'm just not finding joy in things, or I'm not finding that pleasure, or I don't know what is going to bring me pleasure. I don't know what's exciting. Like it's just one of those like bored or like discontent. So that there can be some frustration there where you're like, I want to find something that brings me joy again, or I want to find somebody that is exciting to date or be with. But right now you're just like, just not feeling it, just not feeling anybody, or nothing is really having that lasting fulfillment. So that's where there can be like some aggravation, or where you have to like just allow it to be what it is. Like if you're not finding it right now, and it's really, really hard to find it, just let it, stop trying to find it. For others of you, like you may have to work a little bit harder to dig in and figure out what that blockage is. Yeah, so what does Libra need to surrender? Oop, surrender to passion. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we got surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So literally what I was just saying, a lot of you it's like a mental blockage that you're having. Either like you're trying to force things, you're trying to force yourself to feel excited about things that you really don't. And so there you need to step away from that. Stop forcing yourself to feel excited by people or passions, or even like things that you used to find excitement in. I'm feeling like some of you are trying to do what you used to do and you're like, this just doesn't feel, it don't feel right anymore, or this doesn't, I don't, I'm just not feeling it. Sometimes you're just not feeling it, right? So mentally you could be trying to force it. Other things, it's like you are denying yourself a certain passion, or you feel like you want to go towards something, but mentally you're trying to make it right, like very logical. You're not allowing yourself to just feel it, enjoy it, have fun with it. You're thinking about, you got to do this and this and this, all this mental stuff. Like just do it. Like it's not something you got to always think about, like, oh, I got to do this step first and then it has to be like this, and I can't do it until this is here and this is here and this is like this. Like that's not how passion works. It's like if you feel something, you want to try something, you want to do something, you want to just, you feel that spark, like don't talk yourself out of it. Some of you guys just procrastinate too much, and then the feeling is gone, and then you've already mentally exhausted yourself. So just think of that. And then you got surrender, denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So that can also tie into, there's some denial about what is no longer bringing you pleasure, what is no longer bringing you joy, satisfaction to do and talk about. And there's some denial surrounding that. You're like, wow, I really used to like being around this person. I really used to like doing this thing, or these things, or you could even be in denial that you're even in like a funk or a depression. Some of you could actually be depressed. And so denying that or denying your true feelings is like what's actually keeping you stuck. So once you start to accept like, okay, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm bored, I'm not enjoying this connection anymore. I'm not feeling these things. You accepting it. JoJo's trying to get in the video. You accepting it is like what makes things flow again, but there's a resistance that needs to be like overcome first. Come on, JoJo. He wants to say hi so bad. So I'll let him say hello before we move on. JoJo, look up. Look at the camera. He looks so scary. Okay. So who we on? Scorpio. Scorpio, suns and risings, but risings in particular. Yep. That's us. All right. So Scorpio, the Aquarius full moon is happening in our... JoJo, you're going to have to get down, okay? He's distracting me. I don't know his sign because I don't have his exact birthday, but I know when I got him, he was literally like 6 weeks old. So I think he's a Cancer. Like when I count like 6 weeks from my birthday when I got him years ago, I think he's a Cancer. He gives very much Cancer. He's very he's clingy and he's, a bit sensitive. But yes, okay, Scorpio. So fourth life, home life, family, living, could even be some family stuff like family trauma. So there can be some tension in the household, or tension like with moving, or like feeling frustration about your living situation or about moving. I'm actually in the process of moving right now, and I'm not like frustrated, but I'm just very overwhelmed. Like just the idea of it is just like super intense, and how moving is. It's just like, whoa, just too much. So yeah, for some of you, there can be like an unexpected shift when it comes down to your living environment, or if you do live with like other people or something, like roommates or whoever, there could be something that pops up with that, or a conversation that there's tensions that arrive with you and them, or Scorpio friends. Oh, bed bugs. Moving and packing while watching this. Yeah, the astrology be on point. Or there's some family drama, possibly family conflicts, family drama that shows up here. So yeah, the fourth house is pretty straight to the point. It's pretty straightforward for us. And there can even be some emotional tensions here, where either you could be feeling a bit more emotional than usual, or something about you thinking regarding your past or something with your family is making you more emotional, or just wishing that you were even in a different place or in a different family. Could be either one. All right, what does Scorpio need to surrender under this full moon? Surrender to rest and sleep. Okay, you and Gemini in the same boat. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. And then we got surrender to miracles, which Aries had this too. So you could have Gemini and Aries placements as well. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So yeah, Scorpios, if you guys are also stressing out, you need to try to relax. And also, like, I'm kind of just making your space feel more home-like, right? So, if you're not moving, but you want to move, maybe redecorate, something could happen too where something breaks down in the house, or something unexpectedly. You got to maybe pay for some repairs in your home, potentially. I'm just thinking about different scenarios that could come up with this transit for the fourth house. But yeah, otherwise, like possibly making your room more cozy, or like trying to create a sense of home. Even like not just in your home, but like a sense of home in yourself. I feel like Scorpio is one of those signs that we don't feel safe like anywhere. Like we always feel like threatened, like scared. It's like how Taurus, opposite of us, can like really plant their roots, and it's like they don't want to move. They're very grounded. I feel like Scorpios, we're so like, because things just change so much all the time, especially internally, we just never feel like safe. And so, yeah, there can be some frustration of just like emotionally feeling disconnected, or from your home, like just not wanting to be where you are, maybe just trying to find a way to feel more safe in your body. That's something that I try to work on too, because I don't really feel safe either, truthfully. Yeah, it's always like this paranoid, on guard feeling, on edge feeling. Like the video, how did you do that? How did you make it like that? How'd you put the little thingies? The tingies. All right. So actually we have, since we're going in order, it's Sagittarius, then it's Capricorn, because it's third house, then yeah, I'm just like, I'm tired of all this stuff I have in my house. Like I just want to get rid of everything. Emojis from the chat. Oh, every time YouTube does new things and I never know. Pretty cool. All right, so yeah, Sagittarius, sun and rising, but especially risings. Third house of communication. No, Sag is not last because I forgot Capricorn. So Capricorn's last because that's second house. But yeah. So Sag, this full moon is transiting your third house of communication, short distance travel, thinking, siblings, even like small groups of friends. There can be a little bit of tension here, or a very tense like conversation. Like something with communication can be more tricky for you this week. Especially if it's something that you're communicating with your siblings. So be careful or mindful of arguments that come up with siblings, or a potential miscommunication with your siblings if you have siblings, or even like people in your neighborhood, like people that like are kind of close to you. Groups of people, could be at work too. But yeah, so there can be something with that. Or if you are planning a short distance trip, there might be some disruptions or some delays there, or something that unexpectedly throws you off with that trip. And, this is never to scare you. This is just to help you be more prepared and understand that, this is where the transits are happening, especially for Sagittarius risings. But, yeah, so there's something there, but, or something that is frustrating you with your communication. So it maybe you feel like you don't know how to articulate something, or you don't know how to like better communicate, or like you're not understanding something, and that's like annoying or frustrating, because you're like, I know what I want to say, or I know like I'm trying to understand this concept, or I'm trying to learn this thing, but I'm not getting it, or I'm not getting it fast enough, or something like that, where it's just not working. Or on the contrary, you're trying to communicate something to somebody else, they're not hearing you, they're not understanding you, and you feel like you're just talking to a wall, or a conversation just does not go the way that you want it to go. So keep in mind all things communication for you, Sagittarius, with this full moon, or something where you feel kind of like mentally blocked. A little bit similar to what I was telling Pisces. Yeah, I did see 111. I did see that. It's been in here a couple times. What does Sagittarius need to surrender for a full moon? Surrender negative thinking. Okay. So there can even be a cycle you're caught up in here where you just are stuck in these negative thoughts and these fearful thoughts. So it's like with the tension here, there's a lot of like intrusive thoughts. Some of you might have OCD. I have OCD, so that's why I say that. But yeah, so surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. And then you got surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. So yeah, this can be one where like your mind is just running rampant and you feel like you're kind of out of control with your thoughts and your thinking, and you're just thinking all these worst case scenarios. What if this and what if that and what if this goes wrong and what if this goes wrong and what if this goes wrong? It's like you gotta really like nip it in the bud, shut the thoughts down, put some boundaries, be like, no, 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 no. Like we're not going with these stories, and where are these stories coming from, and which stories you have concrete evidence and facts about, because not every single thing you think is true. Majority of the things we think are not true, actually, especially if they're fear related. A lot of the things that we're afraid of don't come true, or they don't happen the way we think they're going to happen. So, check your thoughts, and when you're like acting out of like just complete irrationality or fear, or you know, you're just spiraling because you're just attaching all these facts to fear, and they're not based in facts. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of mental stuff going on, Sag. Lots of mental stuffs. Watch the Sagittarius reading for the month if you haven't. It's on YouTube publicly. Y'all been going through. You're going through. Okay, last but certainly not least, Capricorn, sun and risings, but especially rising. The full moon is happening in your second house. Yeah, I mean, I can't, if I say it like in a freaked out voice, in a freaked out way, that don't help nothing. That don't help. If I freak out, then y'all gonna start freaking out. Somebody got to be the anchor. Somebody has to be the calm in the storm. What is he doing? Jojo, I see you. Okay, Capricorn, second house. So finances, income, self-worth, possessions. They can be there can be some tensions here for you, Capricorn, with your money, your income. Like I was telling Cancer, you really want to go behind and check your funds, your finances, check your bank accounts, make sure everything is in alignment there, and make sure that there's no funny business going on. For some of you, you might feel like, no, Jojo, you can't come up again. Go ahead. Go on. Go on. No, no, no. No, no, no. Sorry, Capricorn. You know how it is when you got a child. They just want all your attention all the time. But yeah, there can be some frustration, like when it comes down to like maybe either you want more money, or you want to have like a steadier income, or something is like frustrating you there, where you're like, okay, I can't like figure out how to get the financial like gain I want to have, or I know what I need to do, but then there's something that disrupts that path, and it's like it stops you, or you're like, okay, I don't know where to go next, or I don't know how to get to the next level, or I know how to get to the next level, but something is like stopping me, or like I gotta deal with this first. For some of you, there could be something that you suddenly have to pay for, possibly like financially come out of pocket for, or like you have to use your money on that you did not expect or anticipate, and that can be very frustrating too. So you're like, oh, now I was trying to save my money, but now this came up, I gotta pay for this thing, whatever the case may be. So yeah, look out for some financial things, or even something where you feel even a bit like not as self-assured as you usually feel, like something with your self-confidence about your money, especially if you kind of tie your worth to what you have or how much you're making. Some of you are not working right now, or you're something has slowed down financially. Okay, what's Capricorn need to surrender for the full moon? Surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Boundaries. Some of you need to stop spending so much money. Some of you need to ease up on the spending or lending out money even. Yeah. And then you got surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Who had this? Somebody else had this too. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. Just order the Inner Work book. I love that book. I read it not every day, but I always refer to it like majority of the time. So, yeah. That is pretty much that on that. You guys, that's all of us. All 12 signs. How long have I been on this live? What time did I start? 6:15. Oof. Any recommendations on how to use it? I mean, I kind of just skip around based on like what I'm struggling with. Like in the back of the book, there's a glossary. And so like it has different things for like whatever you're dealing with. So like boundaries, abandonment, betrayal, jealousy. So I kind of just whatever I want to like focus on. Then yeah. No, this is called the Surrender Deck. It's in my Amazon storefront. Yeah, the Surrender Deck. I just got here. I just finished. I just finished and I'm about to get off here because that's all 12 signs. So if you missed it, I'm going to put the replay on Patreon for now, but after it's like uploaded and stuff, it'll be back up on YouTube, but it might take a day or two. I'll rest when I level up. That's the wrong way to go. That's the wrong approach. You gotta kind of put it, like slide it in there sometimes. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. I'm tired now. I can't do lives longer than an hour and a half. It is a lot of energy. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Go back and rewatch it once it's up. Take your time this week. Relax if you can. You know, try not to let the frustration get the best of you. Try not to get crazy. Okay? It'll be okay. This too shall pass. We're almost out of retrograde. Things should start feeling a bit normal again soon. Okay? My human design readings. You can, if you have a question about them, you can always DM me. You can DM me on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. I will answer. But yeah, I will come back on soon. Like I said, I'm back on YouTube, so I'm doing things more consistently. Today my energy was low, but I really wanted to do this video all week long because the full moon is tomorrow. I didn't want to do the full moon tomorrow. I didn't want to do the full moon reading tomorrow, but I am going to do Aquarius reading tomorrow. So yeah, I wanted to do this live stream today so y'all could be prepared for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be back. I'll see you guys soon. If you're not subscribed to me on Patreon, the link is in the description after this video or any description. And then my YouTube members only, that's a new perk. That one, I have 2 tiers, a little bit cheaper if you can't afford the Patreon. The Bronx Babes is $4.99 per month. And you'll see the exclusive readings I got up there and the other monthly readings not on YouTube. So yeah, you guys, tap in. So I'll see you guys next time. 74 views. Well, it's down to 70. But y'all are welcome. I'm probably gonna go to sleep. I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. But yeah, I'll see you when you see me. I am at Tarot by Bronx and Mind Body Bronx. You caught the live? Barely. I'm getting off. But you'll see the replay. Bye, y'all. See you later.